Hey guys, welcome back. This is Stephanie Oki here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this ice creamy looking. I'm calling this the ice cream confetti soap, but it does look like a landscape, doesn't it? With the heart as a sun. But it's Valentine season, so it's hot season. Here we go. So, first off, as usual, I am going to start off with, the usual shenanigans, but first I'm showing you guys here the mold that I'm using, and this is a really it's a heart-shaped embed type mold. I honestly don't remember what it's called, but it's used for embeds, and I have the heart shape, the butterfly, and the circle. Somehow the heart came to mind because it's Valentine season. So now I am just measuring out my hard oils, and that's a little bit of cocoa butter, some shea butter, some lard, and then some coconut oil as well. And for this entire soap, I actually used the heat transfer method. So the heat transfer method is the method where you use your lye solution while it's still hot to melt down your hard oils, and then you measure in your soft oils. You could measure your soft oils out in a different container and pour it in however you want to do it. The key to doing the heat transfer is to melt the hard oils with your lye water solution. So now I am just measuring out my lye. So I'll let you guys watch this. I'm going to repeat this process when I do the larger batch for the real main soap, but I'll let you guys watch what I did here for the embed. And can I just quickly remind you guys to please subscribe to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome and thank you for stopping by. On this channel, we show our soap making good and bad, and we show you the mistakes we make, and we learn that way. We learn from mistakes on our channel. So on my channel, on our channel, it belongs to all of us. So please remember to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying my content. So you'll notice here that I was really struggling to melt down all of those hard oils. It was just so tough. Sometimes the smaller the batch, the more difficult it is, especially when doing heat transfer. So it was just quite a hassle. So I melted it down to the point where I just thought, you know what, it's enough. It's still gonna incorporate once I stick blend anyway. And then I left it. But I'll just let you guys see how I did this until, I poured it into the embed mold. And as you can see here, now I am just adding in my olive oil and my other soft oils. And when doing the heat transfer method, it's very important to remember to add your soft oils, because a lot of people do end up forgetting their soft oils and then end up making soap that's really lye heavy. So it's really important to not forget your steps. And sometimes these are like the pros and cons of different types of methods we use in soap making. This is one of the cons of heat transfer. It's very easy to forget your soft oils and then end up with a really lye heavy soap. And so now I'm using a cup to just put my embed mold in so that it doesn't tip over, and then I pour in the rest of the soap, or I pour in the soap, and there I leave that. I actually left this for about 2 3 days before I got to it because a lot of things just happened, so I got really busy. So now here I am molding it, and you can see the beautiful heart shape. It does usually have some little things you have to kind of clean up with a little tool. Like the heart's never really perfect, so you do have to clean it up a little bit by yourself. You see what I mean when you make it yourself. And so now we're making the main batch, and again we're using the heat transfer method, but this time I am adding my additives. I'm not adding sodium lactate to this batch because my sodium lactate is finished and I'm still not quite confident enough to use salt, so I'm just not adding anything. So here I am just stirring in, I think that was my citric acid. Yes, that was my citric acid. And I usually use citric acid at about 1.5%, and so I'm just dissolving that, and then now in a separate container I am measuring out my lye. Now when you use citric acid, your lye water solution tends to get way hotter than normal, and so it can actually volcano, it can explode on you. And so in a similar way to when you make milk soaps, you have to go slowly, not as slowly as milk soaps obviously, but then you still have to go slowly because the exothermic reaction is a lot more with citric acid, so you really need to be careful so that it doesn't explode one way or another. And so you can see that I'm adding my lye in little bits because it will fizzle. You'll hear it fizzle, so you need to slow down. And then you stir that in until the lye is also dissolved, and then you take the lye water solution and melt down the hard oils like you can see here. That is right there. That right there is the heat transfer method. Now some people even measure their soft oils as well and then add the lye and melt everything. And while that works, I find that that takes a bit longer because it's easier to melt fewer oils than more oils, right? So I usually just like to melt down my hard oils first before I add my soft oils. And remember in my last video, I told you guys I have a coconut head. Here I am again, still measuring with my whisk in. Trust me when I tell you, my head is like a coconut. I will continue to do this thing until God knows when. But yeah, so but anyway, as long as you remember to tear, it's fine. It's fine. So I'm measuring in my soft oils now, and I will just continue with the process. This is a relatively simple soap, guys. I was just in the mood to make something simple that would just kind of, I wanted something that had that nice, gentle, delicate, and just that soft look that looked yummy, that looked like a dessert. Because to be honest with you, when I started creamy suds, that was kind of what I leaned more towards. I wanted to make soaps that looked like desserts, but somehow customers actually prefer the simple soaps. Anyway, let's not rant about that. So now I've just blended away, and I will now go on to split my batter into two containers and then add my color. So I'm putting a little bit into this one. There's the pink one, and then there's going to be some titanium dioxide to make the other bit whiter. I wanted it to also have that baby soap type of feel as well. And guess what, guys? This soap has no fragrance oil. I do like my soaps without fragrance oil because I just don't really like strong smells anyway. But I will be honest with you guys, I'm not going to make it look like that was the plan. That was not the plan. I had a fragrance oil in mind to use in the soap, but I completely forgot. Full stop. So I admit I forgot. So this soap actually is fragrance free. So when I'm selling it, I'm going to be selling it as a fragrance free soap. Anyway, and customers do love fragrance, but yeah, well, it's a gentle soap, so hey, you're right. So now I'm just mixing this, I'm blending this, and I wanted this to be at a slightly thick trace because I wanted to give it some texture, and that was what was going to make that landscape, the mountain-y thing show. So that's why I blended it to get thicker, and then I would give the texture next, and then I would add in some of the whites. The white, by the way, had the confetti. You saw that, like I used some confetti. and then I would place the embed and then fill it up even more. So here I'm just pouring in, and then I'll put the embed in, then I'll fill it up more and just leave it. Again, another thing too that kept crossing my mind, I wasn't sure whether to do a texture or whether not to do a texture, but I left it without doing any texture on top. And so there, I really did like it anyway. So now it's the next day and I am unmolding. And guys, I will actually let you guys just enjoy this video from here onwards till the end, because this soap turned out so beautifully. I need you guys to just see it yourself. Okay, right. So I really hope you enjoyed watching the making of this soap. I really did enjoy making this soap. It's so simple. Trust me, you can make this soap if you're a beginner. It just takes having the embed. So yes, this is a really simple soap and it's a nice technique and it's just such a beautiful technique. And you can also use the round embed and really do have the sun there and mix your colors in ways that you want. So I hope you enjoyed this and thank you guys for watching and see you in my next video. Bye guys.